this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. I'm here for Dumb Meathead.
I'm here for a sentient tongue.
Hey-oh! That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Spider Cast, starring Venom.
AKA Lovable Meathead.
Right. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that half-human, half-alien Hunter. It is.
We prefer Hellspawn, but we'll Hellspawn.
Oh, nice.
That's a different universe, though.
Nice. She even said we. Nice. That's right, kids. This time we're going to cover Venom Lethal Protector. What? Did that last
From
episode?
2022, silly.
That's right. Volume 2. Should have been like, we're going to cover Venom Lethal Protector by David Michelinie. What? You did that last time. But yes.
And that's how we know some kids don't do the homework.
That's right. Just waiting for the message from Ray. Didn't you do this episode already? Too busy playing with his deck. All right, so we jump in because this one is 5, not 6. So and then we can talk.
Get to talking, boy.
Then we can talk some current Venom books. Oh man, all right. I didn't do the covers. I forgot. So I know there's some good covers here too.
Really good covers.
I know. All right, Venom Lethal Protector, Volume 2, Number 1, from May 2022. So yeah, I'm not used to talking about stuff this current. Demons.
2022 feels seems like not such a long time ago, but also a really long time ago.
So close, yet so far away. Demons, Occult Tatum. Writer David Michelinie, penciler Ivan Fiorelli, who's also the inker. Colors Brian Valenza, letterer Travis Lantham, and editors Danny Kazum, Tom Groneman, and Devin Lewis.
I don't know none of them, but fine gentlemen.
Yes. I've heard of Devin. In a Manhattan parking garage, Venom battles Blood Spider, Death Shield, and Jagged Bow, roaring for them to leave him alone. You may remember them from their one and only appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 367.
Deep cut, bruh. Deep cut.
I know. Well, again, Michelinie wrote it, so.
Yeah. Getting his shekels, can't even be mad.
Shekels. Tossing Blood Spider and Jagged Bow aside with his symbiote's tendrils, tentacles by any other name.
I don't think those are tentacles.
Oh, quantum sparkly tentacles?
Oh my lord. You and this. Lil's like, I heard the greatest drop ever. Who discovered it? I did.
Sparkly quantum tentacles?
Venom mocks them for being careless while hunting him, thereby letting him lure them into a trap, and towers over Death Shield, demanding to know why they're after him. Noticing Jagged Bow knocking an arrow from the corner of his symbiote's eye spot, Venom dodges and then tosses a card at him with a tendril, crushing him between two vehicles. Blood Spider and Death Shield flee, and Venom contemplates devouring Jagged Bow's corpse before deciding against it, remarking that eating carrion would be undignified. And gassy.
He bloats real easy, I know.
Hiding nearby, a garage attendant films the fight and sends it to the local news station, hoping to get a massive payout. Later, oh lord, Professor Buck Mitty sits in his cramped office in Empire State University. Supervillain factory. If it's not the Bugle, it's Empire State University.
Absolutely.
Little more than a storage closet, and laments to the insects surrounding him that his grant was rescinded, stymieing his research into the potential for insects to change the world. There we go. There's the cover one. Thank you. Brains are back on the menu. Love it. Watching the broadcast of Venom's fight with the three mercenaries, Mitty's inspired to form a team of his own and to test out his latest invention, the trans-species Ligiotron, a machine that would allow him to communicate with other species. Noting that being part of a team would solve his money problems, Mitty opens a locker to reveal his old costume and declares that the time has come for Humbug to soar again.
Oh, sweetie.
Should have waited till Christmas. That afternoon, Eddie Brock sits in a tree in Central Park and assures the Venom symbiote that he's fine, grousing that the 3 mercenaries attacked them out of nowhere. Eddie laments that no one questioned the ethics of ripping the symbiote from its homeworld and bringing it to Earth, cared about the anguish the symbiote felt when Spider-Man cruelly rejected and tried to kill it, or bothered to give him a second chance when his articles about the Sin Eater were revealed to be based on a charlatan's lies.
Hold on to that grudge, babe. Be a petty king in black. We love that for you.
Mm-hmm. And kids, scroll down, go to the Ultimate Spider-Cast playlist on YouTube. They're all there. All right. Although he admits that in retrospect, neither he or the symbiote questioned that their decision to form a bond based on shared anger and become what many have called a monster. Eddie laments that he and the symbiote have become a target for heroes and villains alike, simply because the world doesn't understand that all they want to do is protect the innocent and kill Spider-Man, of course. It notes Of course. It notes that sometimes he envies the uncomplicated lives of New York's ordinary citizens. Is anyone's life in New York uncomplicated?
Not Marvel's New York.
Exactly. As he starts to say he sometimes wishes he had never become Venom, he hears a scream for help and sees a mohawk sporting punk in a leather jacket attempting to steal an old woman's purse. Eddie transforms into Venom and lands behind the punk.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Ah!
The King of the Hill reference, kids. Google it.
Mocking his fashion sense before taking the purse, webbing him to a tree and attempting to return the old woman's purse. As the woman runs away screaming for the police, Venom laments that a thank you would have been nice and leaves the purse on the park bench, web swinging away.
You've seen worse in New York, Marvel's New York.
Exactly, as the crowd films the altercation.
That's modern technology for you right there.
Oh, yeah. At an abandoned warehouse on the edge of the Hudson River, Blood Spider and Death Shield nurse their wounds and job hunt through the newspaper. Humbug approaches and introduces himself. Death Shield quipping to Blood Spider that Humbug's choice of name was even worse than Taskmaster's. Oh.
Burn! Somewhere the hair on the back of Ray's neck just stood up.
Exactly. Posing dramatically, Humbug brags about his less than imposing powers and declares he's come to join their team before asking if they have dental coverage.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You want to be a hinge person with some benefits, man. Exactly. At the end of the day, you just want to go home and feed your kids, man.
Blood Spider and Death Shield staring at him for a moment before laughing hysterically. Still laughing, Death Shield tells Humbug to beat it, and he leaves, declaring that they haven't seen the last of him. That night, Eddie sits on the Statue of Liberty's torch and notes that as much as people like to give New York a bad rap, everyone wants to live there.
Mm-hmm. Preach it, brother.
Looking out over the landscape, Eddie remarks that he used to belong there, had a decent job, a loving wife, and even a dog. But now he's relegated to skulking through subways and sewers, living in abandoned buildings, and the salt in the wound of knowing that his nemesis Spider-Man is free to enjoy all the things stolen from him. Eddie asks the symbiote why it's suddenly so silent before realizing that it's annoyed by him saying me instead of we, and says that it's not his fault he had another life before their bonding.
Trouble in paradise.
Noting that the same must have been true for the symbiote, Eddie asks what life on its homeworld was like and if it had a mate or pets, but the symbiote refuses to answer. Deciding to find someone else to talk to, Eddie shoots a web line at a passing helicopter and hitches a ride back to the mainland. At her apartment, Anne Wang sings to herself while applying makeup, only to be startled when Eddie abruptly walks in and admonishes her for not locking the door. Anne tells Eddie that the police are looking for him and he shouldn't be there, but Eddie says that by her side is exactly where he belongs and where he'd still be if he hadn't gone off the deep end and made her life as miserable as his own. As Eddie notes they had good times, Annie agrees but says they can't go back to the way things were now that he's a wanted criminal. Annie is interrupted by a man's voice calling out to say their cab has arrived, and Annie turns to see Eddie had vanished.
Ruh-roh.
The speaker, Alan, enters the room and says he grabbed an umbrella so her hair wouldn't get wet, revealing himself to be Anne's new fiancé. Okay.
Get out of here, Paul!
Fiancé symbiote for delicious.
This is the original Paul, bro.
Exactly. Watching from outside, Eddie seethes with jealous rage and transforms into Venom, roaring that he'll tear Alan apart and eat him piece by piece, before stopping that, admitting that he wouldn't, since doing so would hurt Anne even more than he already has. The next morning at Kellner Scientific Innovations Long Island branch, Dr. Harwood video conferences Life Foundation CEO Carlton Drake, here he is again,
Life Foundation,
and informs him that their new metagenic formula is undergoing the final round of animal testing as they speak. Smiling sinisterly, Drake warns her not to disappoint him lest she wind up a test subject herself, leaving her terrified. In the abandoned subway tunnel, Eddie Brock bench presses a massive set of weights, but snaps the metal bar before he can reach 500.
Meathead's got a meathead, man, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing in this story. They were saying, I don't know if they ever came out and said it, but they are saying he's like Olympic caliber.
Yeah. I mean, he was Olympic caliber before he was even with Venom, if you know, you know?
Lamenting that working out doesn't assuage his anger like it used to. The symbiote suggests they pick a fight with Spider-Man, and Eddie enthusiastically agrees and says they can go for ice cream after. While prowling through Chinatown, Eddie brusquely sneers at an elderly homeless veteran who begs him for some change and is admonished by the symbiote, noting that the old man is likely as much a victim of society as he is. Robbing a nearby jewelry store, Eddie dumps the pilfered necklaces and jewels into the old man's lap and apologizes for his earlier rudeness.
Can somebody be rude to me like that?
Exactly. Walking away and applauding his generosity while failing to notice the old man being arrested by a pair of policemen. Taking a shortcut down an alley, Eddie reminisces about his days as an investigative reporter before coming out onto the main street just in time to see a parade passing by. Expositing
Sorry.
to the symbiote about the procession and displaying knowledge of Chinese folklore. Eddie sports someone suspicious in the crowd and narrowly evades Humbug, blasting him with a sonic beam. Oh my. As the symbiote engulfs him, Eddie confronts Humbug, who says he's impressed that Venom was able to avoid his attack. Expressing disdain at Humbug's codename, Venom demands to know how Humbug found him. The would-be vigilante proudly declares he can talk to insects. Saying that that's weird, Venom plucks a cockroach off his shoulder and eats it. Humbug letting out a scream of anguish and blasting him with a full-force sonic beam. Dazed, the Venom attempts to web Humbug up, but he counters with another sonic blast that disperses the symbiote from Eddie's hands. Leaping onto the roof of a building to recover, Venom launches himself at Humbug with his fangs and claws bared, only to be blasted point-blank by another sonic wave that rips the symbiote from his body. Realizing he can no longer hear the symbiote's voice in his head, Eddie gathers it off the ground and escapes while Humbug is distracted by the arrival of the police. Cradling the seemingly deceased symbiote, Eddie begs for it not to be dead, lamenting that without it, he's nothing. At their warehouse hideout, Blood Spider and Deathshield are flabbergasted to learn that Humbug managed to defeat Venom and contemplate accepting him into their group while plotting to find an excuse to withhold his cut of the take. At Kellner Scientific Innovations facility, Dr. Harwood informs Carlton Drake that her formula met the expected parameters in every test, Drake admonishing her not to get ahead of herself since there's no way to pre-test whether it will work as planned or on its intended target. Dr. Harwood states she'd bet her life on it that it will work as planned, and when Drake reminds her that she already did, she nervously assures him that within 48 hours, Venom will be his to command.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, Lord. Yes, and, oh, God. This issue adapts elements of the 2018 Venom movie, with Dr. Harwood being based on Dr. Dora Skirth and Anne having a fiancé.
Well, duh.
Duh, I know. Sometimes you gotta spell it out for people, Elf. Come on.
It was nice that they kind of worked the movie. I thought the movie both movies were pretty good, given that it was Sony.
Yeah, and it was Venom without Spider-Man. Yeah. I know. And now we're about to have our last dance. All right. So any other thoughts, or should we get to 2?
We can get to 2. No problem.
Oh, okay. All right. Venom Lethal Protector Volume 2, Number 2 from July 2022. Wet Works and Bug Traps. Hail. I think we got the same team here. Kicking in a ground floor window, Eddie Brock climbs into the cellar of an apartment building, cradling the seemingly dead Venom symbiote. Aww. Lamenting the apparent loss of his beloved other, Eddie makes his way to a furnace. cutting his feet on the broken glass. Complaining about the cold, he opens the vent door to let out more heat, and a spark lands on the symbiote, resuscitating it. Eddie is overjoyed, noting that Humbug's sonic blast must have knocked the symbiote unconscious until the spark acted as a defibrillator. Cradling the symbiote to his chest, Eddie tells it to rest and recover, since tomorrow they'll have their revenge.
Yes, petty revenge. You gotta love it.
Mm-hmm. The next morning, Humbug notes to a cockroach that the police have cordoned off his apartment building, preventing him from feeding the insects he keeps there or collecting his unemployment check. As he glumly wonders what he's going to do now, Blood Spider and Death Shield appear and say they have a few suggestions. Walking down the street,
singing, do I did it on. No, sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to go there. He's walking down the street.
Tap, tapping my way downtown. And he's homebound.
Eddie plans to get a breakfast and passes a large puddle, wondering if it rained the night before. The symbiote alerts him to danger, and as it engulfs him, Eddie turns to see the puddle was actually Hydro Man.
Oh, that's why you always got to check puddles in Marvel's New York. He was right.
Mm-hmm. Stating that it's
right to be paranoid, bro.
Exactly. Stating that it's about time Venom showed himself, Morris Bench says he's been waiting for 3 days for Venom to show himself and now intends to claim his reward. Snarling that he's not a prize to be won, Venom lunges at Hydro Man, only to pass right through him. Mocking Venom, Hydro Man solidifies his fists and punches him from behind, knocking him...
Oh, he got a donkey punch!
I was going to say, knocking him down from behind.
Trying to donkey punch me now, bitch!
Incredulous, Venom wonders what happened to his fierce strength and power before noticing a nearby delivery truck loaded with industrial laundry supplies. Noting strategy is a form of power, Venom goads Hydro Man in attacking and dodges so that he hits the truck instead. Mixing with spilled soap, Hydro Man is mortified to find himself suddenly comprised of pink suds. Borrowing a nail gun from a nearby hardware store, Venom gleefully starts popping bubbles until Hydro Man begs him to stop and flees into the sewers, complaining about how embarrassing this is. Oh, so he's in New York sewers. He's gone from Hydro Man to Poop Man.
He'll run into Doc Connors. Don't worry about him.
Venom notes that between Taskmaster's proteges and Hydro Man, it seems he's the target of a bounty before wondering why. Elsewhere, Humbug demands to know if Blood Spider and Death Shield have come to mock him again. Death Shield says they were wrong about him, Blood Spider making a morbid joke about their partner, Jagged Bow's death. Death Shield says they were impressed by how easily Humbug took down Venom, Blood Spider offering to make him the new leader of their team. Humbug immediately accepts, but when Blood Spider and Death Shield say they want him to take down Venom again as payback for Jagged Bow, he notes that his trans-species Ligatron is still in his apartment. Blood Spider and Death Shield assure him that he won't need it, as Venom will find him the same way they did, the phone book. As Humbug happily kids, remember when all the numbers were in a big book? As Humbug happily notes he's finally getting the recognition he deserves, Blood Spider whispers that while Venom's distracted mauling him, they'll burn him to a crisp with their flamethrower. Some say Humbug will die by fire. Arriving at the Daily Globe building, his former workplace, Eddie decides to put his skills as an investigative journalist to good use. Disguising himself as a security guard, he sneaks past the front desk and breaks into one of the offices, noting they haven't changed the password since he was last there.
Ooh, bad IT person.
Mm-hmm. He researches Humbug for a way to counter his sonic attacks. Hoping against hope, Eddie searches for Anne's name and is dismayed to find a recent newspaper announcing her pending marriage to Alan James Hoffman, a wealthy psychiatrist with a Park Avenue office. His jealous grumbling is interrupted by one of his old co-workers, Dallas. Recognizing him, Eddie tries to play it cool, recalling they had worked together covering a scandal involving Roxxon and suggesting they chat about the good old days over some coffee.
I mean, it's Roxxon. Obviously, it was an oil spill.
Oh! Sometimes we're up to other evil, nefarious things, but yeah. I mean, wait 5 minutes, another Roxxon scandal's gonna hit.
Exactly.
But Dallas panics, saying that he knows Eddie has turned into a monster. Transforming, Venom calls Dallas a traitor and backs him toward a window. Dallas cringing in terror, only to see Venom has vanished. Webb swinging away as Venom, Eddie contemplates the symbiote's mental voice bemoaning not gutting Dallas and eating his brains, but says that mirroring his betrayal would have made them no better than him, and that they can always eat him later. What Lilith calls a second date. Noting that the Daily Globe's records provided him with Humbug's address, Venom spots Humbug himself standing on a nearby rooftop, seemingly alone. As Venom drops down behind him, Humbug says he's been waiting and unleashes a sonic blast. Quipping that he's learned from their last fight, Venom dodges and webs Humbug's sonic emitters, snarling that he's deduced Humbug will be helpless without them. Freeing his hands with a sonic blast, Humbug shouts that he's never helpless. As Blood Spider and Death Shield hide nearby, Venom snarls that Humbug's amplified insect sounds present a unique problem, but he's researched Humbug's weaknesses as well, and it's only a matter of time before he gets the upper hand, snaring a rooftop air conditioner and throwing it at Humbug. The symbiote notices Blood Spider attempting to sneak up behind Venom and alerts Eddie to the new threat. Venom clogging the flamethrower's nozzle with webbing and causing it to explode. Horrified by his other longtime partner's death, Death Shield flees. Venom demands to know why Humbug was looking for him, but Humbug snaps that all he was looking for was a job, something that Venom ruined. Blasted into a wall, Venom rips open a junction box and grabs the wires. Humbug, aghast at him risking electrocution himself. Venom comments that the symbiote can handle the voltage and even better, channel and reduce it. Coiling an electrified tentacle around Humbug, Venom shorts out his equipment. Humbug surrenders and tells Venom to get it over with and kill him. Surprised, Venom asks if Humbug really wants to die, and Humbug says that all he wanted was to show the world how insects could benefit humanity, only to be laughed at and have his grant money taken by Empire State University. Noting that Humbug...
That place is like Wayne Tech, always creating villains.
Exactly. Noting that Humbug was an innocent, wronged by evil men who took everything he cares for, Venom says he understands what it's like and leaves Humbug kneeling on the rooftop. Exiting the apartment, Eddie notes that they should leave before the police arrive, only to be identified and approached by Dr. Dana Harwood, who says she has a proposition for Eddie and his symbiote. Suspicious, Eddie asks how she found them, and Dr. Harwood says the organization she works for enabled her to access almost every security camera in the city, including the one on the roof of the apartment. Angry at being spied on, Eddie prepares to transform into Venom, but stops when Dr. Harwood says she can make his symbiote immune to sonic attacks.
Sure can.
Yeah, this ain't a trap or nothing.
It's a trap.
It's like, yeah, why would anyone offer it? It's like, oh, yeah, we can help you, Venom.
Like, bro, it's an alien.
Yeah, we don't want to, like, dissect it and study it. No. All right. Thoughts?
Oh, we're past the heavy lifting now.
Hey-oh.
The villains. I feel like the villains are gonna villain, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, this is like a flashback story, so I mean, I see why he's using Death Shield and his other guys, because you don't have to worry about continuity and stuff. And Hydro Man's always just there, Hydro Manning.
Yeah, seriously, you need to talk about cannon fodder summer.
All right, number 3. Venom Lethal Protector, Volume 2, Number 3, from August 2022, Sins of Omission.
Are still sins.
Exactly.
Tell people things. That's like the worst comic book hero trope ever.
Exactly.
I told you. I didn't tell you so I could protect you. Well, why is Lois Lane getting kidnapped every other frickin' Tuesday?
Exactly. In Dr. Dana Harwood's lab at the Counter Scientific Innovations building, Eddie Brock signs a contract while sarcastically saying that all he needs to do is, in exchange for making the symbiote immune to sonics, is sign his life away. Telling him not to be so melodramatic, Dr. Harwood says the contract is only binding for 10 years. With options.
Injured servitude, you say? I don't know how I feel about that.
Why? Because he's wearing a black suit?
Exactly.
With options, explaining that he will serve as a security officer at the Life Foundation's underground commune. As Eddie complains about playing babysitter to conspiracy theorist millionaires, Dr. Harwood tells him to stop whining and manifest his symbiote before injecting them with her cure. Who's this, love?
Hey, man.
You manifest that symbiote and do what it does.
Those tentacles.
Oh, my.
I don't don't think those are tentacles.
As she tells Eddie he has 1 week to wrap up any unfinished business, Venom asks how he'll know she's kept her end of the deal. Remarking that she anticipated he'd ask that, she shows Venom to a testing chamber, commenting that she wanted to hire the Sonic supervillain Ulysses Claw, but that since he but that since he was imprisoned in the supervillain prison known as the Vault, they had to build an artificial version, a colossal android called Mechaniclaw. You know how many quarters I lost on that damn Mechaniclaw trying to get those stuffed animals on it? As Venom leaps out...
about a trap and a setup.
Ayo! As Venom leaps out of the way of Mechaniclaw's sonic arm cannon, Dr. Harwood snaps at him to hold still. This is love. Venom fires back that she's obviously never felt the agony Sonic attacks inflict on his symbiote, and that reflexes are hard to ignore. Belittling Eddie's intelligence, don't we all, Dr. Harwood tells him to man up and hold still. This is Lilith.
If only people would pay me billions to work in a lab on my frickin' android.
Shut up and just lay
there. Venom retorting that if he feels so much as a twinge of discomfort, he'll inflict such suffering upon her that even the gods would flee in terror. As the Mechaniclaw blasts Venom with its arm cannon, trapping him in a sonic cage, Dr. Harwood calls the incredulous Venom a moron and mockingly asks if he expects all his opponents to explain precisely how their powers work before trying to kill him.
I mean, it is a comic book world. They literally do villain monologues. So.
Exactly.
Actually, he's the smart one.
Exactly. Begrudgingly admitting she's right, Venom braces himself and passes through the bars of the sonic cage, shocked and overjoyed to feel nothing. Approaching Dr. Harwood smugly asks if he's satisfied now. It is Lilith. Saying that he's not, Venom launches himself feet first into the Mechaniclaw, smashing it into a wall, crushing its chest, before saying that now he's satisfied. Horrified, Dr. Harwood protests that the Mechaniclaw cost a massive amount of money to build before grumbling that the budget department will be furious. Taking a cab to Manhattan, Eddie Brock decides to check out Alan Hoffman's place of work. The symbiote wordlessly admonishing him for wasting time when they could be killing Spider-Man. Telling it to be patient, Eddie spots Hoffman leaving the building and decides to follow him, telling himself that he's not doing it to be a creepy stalker, but to make absolutely sure that Hoffman's able to make Anne happy. As Hoffman ducks...
Because you can?
Oh my. Well, depends. You like tentacles? Oh. Would you sleep with a guy with an alien symbiote?
I mean, as long as the tests come back clean.
Oh my.
But women have been groomed to have sex with monsters. Beauty and the Beast much, you know what I
mean? Oh, jeez.
Creature from the Blue Lagoon. I'm just saying, we're conditioned.
Half of Hollywood and Washington, D.C.
Have you seen some of those Barbarian Ice Planet like novels? Yeah. The symbiote's the least of my worries.
I know. As Hoffman ducks into an alleyway, Eddie becomes suspicious and spots him giving patient files to a drug dealer in exchange for money. As the drug dealer leaves, Eddie seethes with rage and transforms into Venom, lunging at Hoffman and cocooning his head in webbing to stop him from screaming. Venom considers killing Hoffman then and there, but notes that doing so would leave Anne with a broken heart and instead tells Hoffman to leave New York and never return, on pain of an agonizing and bloody death. That's not going to break her heart if he just up and disappears.
You will be a psychiatrist no more forever!
Exactly. That's not going to break her heart. Well, I guess this way he can
swoop in.
He has plausible deniability. I didn't kill him.
I didn't use his brain.
I
wanted to.
Tossing Hoffman to the ground, Venom tells him to go. I think he did in his pants.
Did his bladder spat?
No, not that end.
Still recovering from Smith's temper.
Well, yeah. At a warehouse across town, Timothy Carlskin laments the deaths of Jagged Bow and Blood Spider, pursuing the dark web for supervillain job offers. Coming across one that looks promising, he applies. Oh god, of course that employer would be on the dark web. Walking down the street, Eddie tells the symbiote...
Do old people even know what the dark web is? No tea, no shade.
Is that what the internet becomes at night? Walking down the street, Eddie tells the symbiote that since they don't have a spider sense, they'll need to be vigilant. Sneering that Peter Parker is a glory hound, Eddie abruptly spots Spider-Man web-swinging towards a burning high-rise and takes off in pursuit, snarling that Parker probably started the fire himself and that they need to kill him before he
endangers... J. Jonah Jameson?
That's what I was thinking.
Jonah way too long.
There's a what if. What if Jonah got the symbiote?
He'd still make the Spider Slayer.
He'd try to kill Spider-Man with his bare hands then. That might be a good one. As Eddie starts to transform into Venom, he runs past a burger joint owned by Obnoxio, and it abruptly transforms into a grotesque clown's likeness as some police cars drive past with their sirens blaring. Incredulous, Eddie realizes Dr. Harwood's formula destabilized the symbiote's shape-shifting powers just as a fire truck drives past, causing the symbiote to spontaneously transform into the likeness of the main character of a pirate movie playing at a nearby cinema.
Johnny Depp?
A pirate with a bad French accent? What? Hearing the commotion of people laughing at Eddie, Spider-Man notes that since it didn't trigger his spider sense, it must not be dangerous and keeps going. Well, I'm glad Spider-Man was able to make a quick cameo to once again ignore his spider sense.
Psychosomatic!
Returning to the Kellner Scientific Innovations Lab, Eddie furiously demands that Dr. Harwood cleanse the symbiote of her formula. Pouring herself a cup of coffee, Dr. Harwood retorts that she warned him that the formula is experimental and could have unexpected side effects. If it lasts more than 4 hours, go see a doctor. Eddie again demanding she cure the symbiote. As she protests, she just needs to make a few minor tweaks to perfect it. Eddie threatens to suffocate her with the symbiote's tendrils. Begrudgingly agreeing, Dr. Harwood gives him an injection and submits him to a gamut of tests to prove the symbiote has been cleansed of her formula, restoring its weakness to sound in the process. Checking her smartphone, Dr. Harwood disdainfully remarks that he's still obligated to work for the Life Foundation. But Venom looms over her, snarls that he remembers every single condescending remark she made towards him. A trio of hardened security guards respond to Dr. Harwood's screams and are so traumatized by what they find that one immediately throws up, one quits the next morning, and the other one is rendered mute for the rest of his life.
That'll do it.
Later that evening, Venom perches atop the Brooklyn Bridge and looks out over the East River. Eddie asking the symbiote why it looks so monstrous when bonded to him, given that while it was bonded to Spider-Man, it looked like a regular costume, lamenting that there's so much he doesn't know
those
about.
roids, bro.
That, and come on, Eddie, he just gruesomely murdered a woman. Why are you reflecting my consciousness that way?
Exactly.
His navel gazing is interrupted by the supervillain mercenary Chance. I know Lilith was waiting for that. Who knocks him off his perch, securing himself with a web line. Well, again, another Michelini character. Venom furiously wonders why he keeps getting attacked for no reason. Camouflaging himself against the bridge's support pillar, Venom snarls that he'll make this latest annoyance never bothers him again. Circling the bridge, Chance wonders if he hit Venom hard enough to knock him into the water, noting his helmet's heads-up display isn't showing anything. Venom grabs his ankle and slams him into a pillar. Chance activating his rocket boosters to break free and switching his HUD to thermal display. Blasted into the hood of a car, Venom snarls that he'll repaint Chance's costume red with blood.
Yay! You promise?
Exactly. Introducing himself as an adrenaline junkie who uses high-risk mercenary work to stave off boredom and sate his gambling addiction, Chance says his mission is Venom's death. Ripping the black off a flatbed truck, Venom shields himself from Chance's laser. Noting he can't melt through the metal fast enough, Chance opens fire with acid rockets and is shocked that the symbiote is barely phased. As Venom declares his intent to eat Chance's face, the mercenary realizes he's outmatched and flees, saying no bounty is worth risking his life. Venom is left incredulous, wondering who would take out a bounty on him and why. That's going to be a pretty long list.
Yeah.
We got the Life Foundation, we got the families of everybody you've ever murdered, how Anne's probably putting a contract out on you as we speak. Maybe it's your father. You
never know. We'll find out. But...
Yes. Alright, so Venom Lethal Protector, Volume 2, Number 4, from September 2022, The Man Behind the Curtain. And this one has no synopsis. The other ones,
got him.
the other ones had this big, huge, long synopsis. This one has nothing.
They got tired.
Oh, no stamina.
All
right. Bring it up on the app here, on the Marvel Limited app here.
Are you sure they have it? Did you
yes.
Okay.
I was going to say, if they don't, I can always run and grab my floppies, but no. I don't know. That might get us kicked off YouTube if I grab my floppy, kids. All right. All right, so Venom Lethal Protector number 4. Oh, Lord. That's when we see that opening page is Lilith's profile picture this time.
Yes.
Looks like he's sitting in a living room, but meanwhile he's on some sound stage or warehouse or something, talking remotely to a reporter. Because Venom wanted to make an announcement. He said, "We've decided to appear at noon at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, where we will proceed to offer ourselves up as a target." He's talking about all the unprovoked attacks. So rather than wait for more, decided to end it. Therefore, to any greed-motivated miscreants eager for a one-on-one, you will know where to find us. And of course, the police have tracked him down and tried to shoot him.
You know what I like? It's very street level.
Yes. That's what I was thinking of rereading this. I'm like, I mean, yeah, something King of Black was nice, but I mean, I don't know, he's been a little too big for a while now. Yeah, we need more street level.
Yep.
I don't know, it almost seems like a lot of comic writers are afraid to do street level these days. It's like, don't be afraid. That's what we're here for.
They really, I think David really tried to like humanize Venom, but not like in a corny, cheesy, over the top way. Just very simple, relatable things like, oh,
yes,
the love of your life has moved on with another man. You can't get a job. It feels like the world's out to get you. You know.
And again, it's like, yeah, we're getting into the backstory because back in the day when this is said, I mean, Venom's basically just it's like, hot new supervillain reappearing every year. Oh, he's gonna threaten to eat our brain.
I remember everybody was thinking that. I was like, oh, it's got to be Roxxon. It's got to be Roxxon. Oh, it's spoilers.
Yeah. So Eddie manages to beat the police and escape. Oh, and then of course another Lilith favorite, Sticks and Stone.
Yeah.
Who are staying in this condominium while Jonathan Caesar's in prison.
As you do. You know, rent's high, man. I get it.
I know. But yeah, Stone says there's a $200,000 bounty on Venom.
That's it?
I know,
for an alien symbiote?
I know, for an alien? Come on.
Budget, man.
Exactly. Although, maybe that's just what
Bet you if it was Wolverine, it'd be up.
$1 million.
Exactly.
Or maybe they just told Sticks and Stone to $200,000 because they know they're dumb enough to take it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why would you pay top dollars? Yeah.
And then whoever told him about the bounty is going to pocket like the other $800,000.
Oh yeah.
So then once again, Venom swinging through town comes across another mugging. This couple's getting mugged, and then
so many muggings, man.
And the guy's just like, oh, he threatens to like rape the woman or something. And then when the boyfriend jumps in, he gets stabbed. And then, so of course Venom webs the guy's head to a wall and crushes his head.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Give me some extreme violence.
Yeah. Crunch. But yeah, the boyfriend dies. But then meanwhile we see Death Shield training on some island in the Caribbean. Of course, who's training everyone? Stiletto and Death Shield and everyone else. Why? You heard his name before, Taskmaster.
Ba-ba-bum.
And then Eddie goes back to visit Anne. And then she's like, what happened? You know, what did you do? Alan he's gone. And Eddie says, he was a bad man. He would have hurt you. And she says, you think I'm so emotionally crippled I wouldn't have realized that?
I mean, you were dating pre-symbiote Eddie Brock. I would have just assumed you were brain dead.
Oh! Burn. I wouldn't want to stay with me neither. But yeah, she's saying, yeah, maybe one day I'll get over it. Maybe one day I'll want you back in my life, but not today. And then she tells him, just please go.
He whips out that tongue and he's like, you sure about that?
Oh! Oh my.
Is that a sentient tongue?
You know I have a sentient tongue and multiple tendrils, right? Tentacles, right?
How hard is it?
Baby girl ain't doing the girl math too good. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my. Date a meathead criminal. Sexually gratifying alien. Decisions. What do I do? So then Eddie does leave. He's thinking, I'm beginning to see a pattern. That mugging victim died because of love and hates me now because of love. That must be it. We're just too loving. And then, of course...
Relatable.
Exactly. Then he gets attacked by sticks and stone. But yeah, he's like, hey, he's like, heck, welcome to the party. He's like, we're in the mood to break things.
Relatable.
he hits him with wood. And of course, Eddie remembers that Styx is the dangerous one because, once again, he almost killed the symbiote in Amazing 333.
So close.
To what? I love how Eddie takes Styx's hand and puts it on his own face, and Styx is like, my power don't work that way.
He knows he just wants human connection, man. He's desperate.
Then Stone tries to attack him with adhesive gel and gas pods. And then, of course, that doesn't stop Venom, so he tries to hit him with a drill. So then, Stone's down. Venom grabs Styx, and he's like, here, I'll make you kill your partner. So he wants to know who they're working for. So he's like, I'll tell you what you want to know. We don't see who he says. So as Venom's swinging away, he's like, now we know who's responsible for all this. There's only one thing left to figure out. Just who the bloody blazes is Justin Hammer?
I have no idea who this is.
I mean, that's funny, but I'm just like, Justin Hammer is one of the richest guys in the world. Shouldn't a former reporter know who Justin Hammer is?
Maybe he's thinking it couldn't possibly be that Justin Hammer. You know, just like there's a Michael Jordan.
Oh,
there's tons of Michael Jordans, tons of Michael Jacksons.
I guess
it's also why Michael B. Jordan has to have the B in his name.
Yes.
So when they say Michael Jordan's kind of like, oh, really? No, the other.
Yes.
That whole thing.
So yes, back in the Caribbean, one of Justin Hammer's
sipping on Mai Tais.
One of his minions tells Justin Hammer, Venom's on his way. And he's like, what do we, basically, what do we do? And he's like, well, we do what any civilized person would do when company comes calling. We invite the gentleman in. Gentlemen. Gentlemen.
He's being generous.
He's not even going to wash his hands before he eats your brain.
It's so true, though.
It is. That's right, kids. That's right, kid. Kids always make a wash. You don't want to get salmonella from those brains. Come on.
Exactly. Or worse.
Oh. Tapeworm.
I think salmonella is worse than a tapeworm.
What?
I think salmonella is worse than a tapeworm.
Yeah.
As long as you get it in time and it's not huge.
At least tapeworm, you might lose some weight.
Exactly.
All right. Ready for the last one, which also does not have a synopsis?
Yes. I am ready to rock.
All right. Venom Lethal Protector, Volume 2, Number 5 from October 2022. Oh, God. Hammers.
Ha ha ha. Get him!
Alright, so of course this one is basically Venom's
Why is the quote longer than the synopsis?
There is no synopsis, I know.
What's going on, Marvel Fandom Wiki? What are you doing?
Well, why did we do
What are you volunteers doing?
I guess they're like, we put a quote, that's good enough.
Absolutely hilarious, I'm sorry.
Yes. Alright, so this one we see Venom arrive, knocks on the door, breaks it down, and then Justin Hammer sends his little gun-toting minions after him, and then we flash back 60 minutes ago when Venom first arrived, and he's fighting...
This is where it starts to feel like a Deadpool issue.
Drones, I know. And then after he takes out those drone things, and then he meets up with basically the rebels from this island to they want to stop the mercenaries Justin Hammer has hired from overthrowing our rightful government. So yes, they basically make a deal with Venom.
And this is where that lethal protector kicks in.
Exactly. So Venom's still coming through the little villa here, and then Trapdoor.
Because there's trapdoor spiders.
I love Spider-Man may be a deceiver, the man who betrayed us both, but there are times we envy his look out spider sense. Look out spider sense. See, you should have called it the Peter Tingle.
It's ting ting tingle-lid, ting ting tingle-lid.
So at this point, yeah, but at this point, Justin Hammer's like, yeah, how my Learjet ready for takeoff? Oh, but Lilith had to have loved this flashback the 45 minutes ago when Venom's trying to get in and he pulls up a rocket launcher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow, you need a cigarette, Lilith? Jeez. Oh, yeah.
I told you, it's my lifelong goal. Without having to go into the military.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to figure out where to rent one when you come up here. I don't think the Army Surplus store carries this.
Nah, you just get regular old grenades. Those are no fun.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're done with. God, sick of spam.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, then we see Venom come up.
You gotta get a spam bot on Twitch, bud. I'm sorry.
I guess, or just
it's
not
a whole
use,
thing.
or just not use Twitch. I was fine using Twitter until Elon had to be a little bitch.
He needs money desperately.
What, for his 20 kids?
Exactly. I mean, he literally can't afford child support right now. So.
Jeez. So yeah,
but he's worried about Taylor Swift, the billionaire, being a childless cat lady.
I know. Yes, she threw her endorsement behind Kamala Harris, and then Trump said, "I hate her." He literally went on social media. He's like, "I hate her," like he even knew.
Don't mess with the Swifties.
So yeah, Venom blasts his way in, and there's Taskmaster and the hammers. All these villain mercenaries. For some reason, Beetle wearing the original version of his costume. I don't know why.
The other one was at the dry cleaners, obviously.
Oh. It was in the shop. Then we see how Venom broke out of that little cell that he got dropped in. I love, he gets dropped basically in this little cave and it starts filling with water.
Finally, he gets a bath.
I love it. He's just like, chamber filling with seawater, just like those old serials Ann and I used to watch on cable. Big props to you, Hammer. This is a classic. So yeah, then we see him fighting the mercenaries again. Stiletto, Porcupine.
Oh God.
I mean, Grunwald killed him off. Someone brought him back for some reason. Although, I mean, it's just a suit. Anyone could be wearing that suit.
Yeah.
In
Marvel, suits go missing and people find them all the time.
Yeah, Shield can't hold on to shit. Yeah, Beetle, Leapfrog, Discus. Jeez. Then of course we see Death Shield, Constrictor, Blizzard. Of course, the Cold does nothing. The Venom, neither does Constrictor. Taskmaster basically just flees, grabs a boat, and gets the hell out of there.
Oh yeah.
He has to go attend his local Comic-Con. You know, don't want to waste that Skeletor cosplay. So then, yeah, we see Venom when he entered the house, and now he gets the Justin Hammer, but the room has like built-in flamethrowers. And Venom's basically telling Hammer to call off the contract, and he's like, I had a clause in the contract. He's like, if we ever came to face, the contract was off. So it's like the minute you entered the room, the contract was done. So then Hammer leaves and tells his assistant Lawrence to stay there and make sure Venom doesn't come after him. Then the place is gonna blow, and then Venom, but you stayed knowing the old died just because your boss told you to? A gentleman prides himself on loyalty, sir, and betraying one's employer simply isn't done. Lilith is like, never.
Exactly.
So Venom swings out right before it blows up.
Just in the nick of time, some would say.
Yes. Right before hammer time.
We're so corny.
It was the 90s. Come on.
I know.
So yeah,
I think we're a little too far the 90s for that one.
I know. So Venom gets down to the beach and then basically summing up what we've seen in the previous issues, and then he sees a cruise ship out in the distance and just starts swimming towards it, I guess, saying, "We are Venom." All right, thoughts?
No, this was very on par with the original one. I think I liked this one a little bit more even. I think the art really was great. crisp lines, bold color.
Yeah.
Venom could have been a little more shiny, but that's my only criticism on the art.
Yeah. And again,
we got some great covers, great like cannon fodder villains, lots of callbacks. It was fun.
Because I think the original one, it was, the original one was the original Venom miniseries. So they're like, oh, we got to come big. We got to have Spider-Man. We got to have this. We got to have that. This one, I think it was just the story Michelini wanted to tell.
And the fact that they pulled in the movie, like a little bit of the movie, was pretty cool too.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they love that.
There were some good parts in the first movie, honestly. So.
Yeah. That's what we said for a Venom, for a Sony movie without Spider-Man. Yeah, those. Oh, please. I mean, you stack up...
What are they going to do, man?
I was going to say, you stack up all those Spider-Man list Sony movies. The Venom movies are the best of the bunch.
Well, it's not hard to...
Yeah.
Well, outside of Across the Spider-Verse,
yeah. Live action, yeah. I mean, come on, what's the competition? Morbius, Madam Web, Craven...
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
How dare you!
Sorry, I just like to give Andrew Garfield a little punch in the nuts every now and then.
Oh, damn! All right, so do you want to talk some new Spider books?
Yeah, let's do it. We don't have too many. We have Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood #2.
Yes, ma'am.
And Spider Society #2.
I didn't get Spider Society.
Venom War Deadpool #1.
Yep.
Venom War Venomous #2.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
so you didn't get Spider Society.
You didn't get Venom. You didn't get Venom War Lethal Protectors.
No, I don't think I did. I think I forgot.
Oh, okay.
All right, you tell me about that one, and then I'll tell you about Spider Society.
All right. Well, again, you'll hear a little bit more of this next episode when Justin's here. Yeah, like I said, it's basically the new Wild Pack with Silver and Puma's on there. We get a female tarantula. One of the old Strickland. I think that's Crippler. Yeah, he's still on here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Lightbright's still here.
Nice.
Yes. Well, Liz Allen calls them in because she says she needs something. So they basically go symbiote hunting. Well, they have to break into this facility for something, but they don't know what it's supposed to be. And then we see when they get attacked by this big group, these armbands they're wearing gives each member their own symbiote.
Okay.
So everyone's getting a symbiote. And then in the end, things really go nuts because the last person in the Marvel Universe who didn't have a symbiote gets a symbiote, Silver Sable.
I figured that's why she would be there.
Or the Silver Symbiote.
I mean, if Liz Allen can have one, she can have one.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I see it more as like a black...
If Normie can have one, she can have one.
I mean, Silver Sable's more like a Black Widow situation. She's going to use that
exactly.
thing. Yeah.
It's like, why didn't they do that sooner, actually?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I liked it so far, so I'm here for it. I'm down.
So I thought Spider Society #2 was really good. I like that it's diving deeper into the Spider-Verse. But like not like how Gwen and Miles were traveling in the Spider-Verse. Like we're dealing with these really cool characters like Miguel and Spider-Woman and all of that from, across the Spider-Verse. And we got a really cool villain. And I don't know, the stakes there actually feel like they're stakes. And it doesn't feel like a cash grab. This one doesn't feel like a cash grab. Some of the stuff actually feels like a cash grab. This one doesn't. So, yeah, I don't know. Nice. I thought the art was really good. Solid storytelling. I just wanted to shout out Spider Society #2 because I know a lot of people probably aren't picking it up, but it's written by Alex Segura and the art is by Scott Godolewski. So, yeah. And it's Sinister Squadron. Like, come on. They're really trying, man. Support them.
All right.
The variant covers were amazing.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
All right. So, where do you want to go from here?
Take your pick. Pick your poison, Captain.
God. I mean, we already talked Spider-Boy Annual, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
I mean, we weren't on camera, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my. I thought we were on camera. Okay. Whatever.
I don't think we were on camera.
Okay. The only thing about the Spider-Boy Annual, I'm like, I know I could have convinced Charlie to pick that one up if he hadn't been picking it up already because the Circus of Crime was in there.
Yes. Is that a kid with a dog head or a dog with a kid's body? I don't know.
Either way, kids, that's rough.
Damn metal monstrosity.
Meanwhile,
He's just trying to have fun with his friend, man.
Meanwhile, the kid with the dog head's like an Inhuman or something. Or
so funny.
Oh Lord, when's that gonna end? All right. All right, so we want to do one of the last two Venom War tie-ins, or Spider-Man Black Suit and Blood?
Let's do Black Suit and Blood.
Oh, yes. With three stories, the first one by friend of the show, Erica Schultz.
Yes.
So I do remember when I talked to her, yeah, she said she was going to have a story in issue 2. Yeah.
Now this is a $6 book.
Yeah, Black Suit Spider-Man.
Worth every penny.
Black Suit Spider-Man versus Morbius, yeah.
Yeah, these were some interesting combinations that I would have never really thought of. And they all go hard as hell, bro.
I know, yeah, basically, yeah.
Even Dan Jurgens came out swinging. Like, sometimes he rests on his laurels, but...
Yeah, no, the Dan Jurgens, yeah, I like the art. It's very his style, 90s. I love it.
Yeah.
And again, you got Daredevil and Bullseye as a bonus in that story.
Yep.
I love everything's black and white except Daredevil.
They should have put him in the yellow suit.
Oh. Wrong time frame.
I know. But just for poops and giggles.
I love at the end, he's basically gives Spider-Man $100 for food. He's like, here, you poor SOB.
It's been 40 years since that damn suit.
Since what?
Since the suit. They said it's the 40th anniversary.
Well, yeah, I mean, Secret Wars was 1984, yeah.
Jesus!
Oh.
I'm almost... Oh, God.
The original Secret Wars was 1984, yeah.
Something I block out of my mind every time. It's one of my least favorite storylines, but so much iconic shit happened from it that it's like you kind of have to reread it.
Oh, we can do that.
And get the whole team. We'll do a live read. We'll gather around.
And kids, next year, Justin and I are going to cover every single issue of all the tie-ins. Secret Wars 2.
Yeah, I was going to say Secret Wars 2 is absolutely the stinker of the bunch.
I know, but Charlie loves it.
It's almost as bad as Civil War 2, so.
Charlie loves Secret Wars 2.
I know. It really shook some stuff up.
What they did with Death it was genius!
Uncalled for, but whatever. Tomatoes.
Spider-Man teaches the Beyonder how to go to the bathroom.
I liked all the stories in this book, though. So.
Oh yeah, and then that last one with Peter basically the symbiote's taking control of his body and is about to kill the Shocker.
It's like finally.
It was like yes,
do it.
Pull the trigger.
You get a vibrating hand, and you get.
Hey! All he was doing was choking him. Maybe Shocker's into that. I don't know.
You know Shocker's into that. Come on. His first name tells you everything you need to know about the man.
Herman.
Exactly. No tea, no shade to the Hermans out there, but you know how y'all are.
Do you think he's really?
Ain't never met a Sherman that wasn't a freak. Herman or Sherman, matter of fact, that weren't a freak. So
Yeah, I mean, you don't think he's like, choke me while you burn me with cigarettes.
You see those fishnets.
Oh my. Oh yeah, you got to be in the S&M, walk around in public in that costume.
A little leather romper. Oh yeah.
He dresses as a
solid. Like I said, $6 book, totally worth it.
Yes.
Every story, the art was so amazing.
Again, art and story have been amazing so far. The first issue, this issue,
they're really going all out.
And again, they're bringing out the big guns. I mean, J.M. DeMatteis was in the first one, Erica Schultz in this one. I mean, yeah. All right, so should we talk Venomous?
Let's do it.
Number 2. We get the team up of Black Widow and our other favorite.
Another Erica Schultz.
Yes, another Erica Schultz, because again, I told you at the time I did that interview, she said she was doing 7 books.
Yep.
She's like, my sweet spot's 3 or 4. So yes, we get Black Widow's team up with our other favorite meathead, Flash Thompson.
I know. I was like, yay! Y'all know I love Flash. Justice for Flash.
Yeah, I almost forgot they had a history from Secret Avengers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a lot of symbiotes.
But then those zombie oats, they're back.
Yeah, but Anti-Venom can cure them, and also Liz can. And Liz can, because there's basically her suit's like a combination of symbiotes. So.
Yeah, and also Misery's here, so I like Misery.
Yes.
A lot of people forget about Misery, not me.
Misery.
No, this is a solid, fast-paced action, and it's Black Widow, man.
Yes.
Long time no see, man. This is a great return for Black Widow, I think. Especially post-MCU death,
Yes. And again, it seems like a lot of people these days, I won't call anyone out, it seems like they either can tell a story or they can tell an action sequence, but they can't tell both combined.
And they fight for
Yeah.
8 pages.
Erica Schultz can combine both. Yeah.
Definitely. They were definitely in sync, her and Luciano Vecchio, who did the art on this one. They were in sync very well.
Oh, yeah. All right. And...
Yeah, so this is what I mean, though. Like, Black Widow, like, she's a special agent. She's a secret agent. She should have action and fun and excitement, but also this was like a little bit of horror because of the zombie thing, and I don't know, it just works.
Oh, my Lord. Symbiote up or not, you know who needs to team up? Black Widow and Silver Sable.
Avi.
Yeah. Get burned.
Let's see who has the tightest, shiniest suit.
I was going to say, get burned to draw it.
You know what? I would have said bring back McFarlane, but, you know.
Or either one.
Both, whatever.
Oh, my God. Two issue limited series, and they each draw one.
Don't think my wrist is ready for that, but...
Oh, my. I thought you employed automatons for that, love.
I wonder if
gotta
my
find
wrist
the
is
right
ready
power
for that.
source.
That could be the backup story in the wedding when they bring the marriage back.
Meanwhile,
Oh my! And then we got, of course, Venom War Deadpool because
of course we did.
Well, yeah, and of course Deadpool
We got
and
Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine both got. Well, yeah, basically Deadpool and Wolverine are gonna be in everything this
Wait,
year.
I mean, this isn't his first romp with
Yes.
zombies. Maybe zombie-otes, but not zombies.
Yes, because he even makes like a quick reference on the first page about.
And it's Colin Bunn.
Yes.
So, I love me some Colin Bun.
Yes. He makes a quick comment about how he found the symbiote in Secret Wars.
Yes. I did get a little kick out of that.
Which you can hear our coverage on Wade's World. Either scroll way down or go to the YouTube playlist.
Hit the playlist.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one was good too because I like Colin Bunn bringing in old elements, new stuff that's still here.
Yeah, this feels very vintage Deadpool in the best way.
Yes. Exactly. Well, again, Colin Bunn was a previous Deadpool writer, so I hope so. And the Monster Metropolis, I was like, wow, it's been a while.
Oh yeah. We're down in the sewers and
exactly
doing what Deadpool does,
killing stuff.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, again, if you're here for Venom War, is a good issue. If you're here for Deadpool, it's a good issue. So
yeah, I thought it was very well balanced.
Yes. Yeah, because sometimes the theme can overpower the character or vice versa. But yeah, no.
Like I said, I felt very vintage, very balanced, great art, great story. Highly recommended if you didn't put it on your pull list yet. Swing by. I say everybody needs to make 2 trips to their local comic book shop every week. Pick up your books and then stuff you feel like, hey, I got a little extra money. Go ahead.
You need.
Speaking of extra money, Dazzler #1, just as an aside.
Oh yes, I did pick that up. So
Mwah!
yes,
I like that book.
Yes. I know when I was talking to Jackson and Colin, CapesandLunatics episode 340, yeah, they were saying like all the X-writers are like in a chat where like they get to see and read everyone's stuff and see what they're doing.
I would.
I know.
Now I had to get the group chat leaks.
I know, but they said, what's the gentleman's name who's writing Dazzler? They said, yeah, he has
Jason. Jason Liu.
They said, yeah. They said, yeah, Jason has like. He's writing like lyrics for songs and stuff. I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Also, it's like Domino, Strong Guy, Multiple Man, Shark Girl, Wendy. I was like, what the? Such a good book.
Yes.
Such a good book so far.
Yes.
This is a very strong start for #1. I didn't feel like there was like a lot of setup. It went pretty well.
Yeah. No.
The pacing was great.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I mean,
we get action pretty quickly. Like, we're pulled into that story.
Hey-o. Yes, we do.
So, yeah, pick it up.
Yes, highly recommend both of us. Yes, Dazzler #1.
All right. On that note, my dear friend.
All right. Yes. On that note. Charlie, where's your home?
I could do this all day, but we both have families.
That's right.
On that note.
Yes, Lilith has a family.
For now.
And not the robots. She's talking. She has kids. Someone else's kids, but she has kids. Oh, my Lord.
To get out of work.
No, jeez. I faked the family to get out of work. Oh, my Lord. I saw a meme.
Santa.
I saw a meme today. It reminded me, I'm opening the schedule here. It reminded me so much of you because it was like all my friends having kids, meanwhile me over here. And so someone had
mac and cheese over
No, it was someone like measuring the height of their dog, like how you measure kids' heights.
Who told them?
I was going to say, that's you. All right, kids. So, yes. So, next time, yes, we kind of recorded out of order, but next time you will hear me, Lilith, and Justin the Owl talk. Yeah, that's right. Silver Sable and the Wild Pack, 18 and 19 from 1993. And then, of course, we'll compare that to Venom Lethal Protector 2 from 2023, which also features Silver Sable. And then, of course, we'll do Venom Separation Anxiety 1 through 4 from 1994, and then Venom Separation Anxiety 1 through 5 from 2024.
Got an extra one.
Yes, and that'll be $2.99. So, of course, again, if you've been living under a rock, episode 300 is going to be our farewell to Zeb party. So.
Notice how I'm not asking you what we're doing for 300 like I did for
Oh, I know. It doesn't matter how many chemicals she does.
balloons right here.
Doesn't matter how many gummies she eats, how much booze she drinks. She remembers what we're doing for the anniversary of this show. That's been burned in her brain. Wait, what's this Spider-Man?
I've been sooner, but it works out perfectly.
What's this Spider-Man cake doing here? Oh, yeah. All right, kids. So, yes. So, send us your thoughts. Again, send us your Venom thoughts and send us your well wishes for Zeb Wells. Oh, God. I had to bite my tongue during that Jackson and Colin interview because they're friends with him, too.
Seems like a guy just going through stuff.
They're
just
like,
maybe not meant to be a Spider-Man writer.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, he's great. I'm like,
Not everybody can write Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we all had to watch it as a national tragedy.
oh, my. All right. So, yeah. So, send us your thoughts. Email. Oh, it's on my screen. It's not on the screen. All right. So, send us your... See? I'm all flustered. Talk to Zeb Wells. All right. So send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your Capes and Lunatics. Get your new merch. Get your classic merch. And again, that threat from outer space, Lilith Hellfire, demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Please don't make us dance on that metaphorical pool where we could get hit on by symbiotes or D-list villains or the most believable of them all, the horny old billionaire.
She looks like she was just working a stripper pole down at Divas.
And, of course, the Patreon, where Lilith and I give you exclusive content every month, uncensored, and it could be anything. Could be movies, could be personal stories, could be comics, could be anything. So, subscribe there. And again, if you are a patron, like Justin the Owl, you can... You can suggest topics for us to discuss.
It's me, your old pal, the Owl.
All right, so please subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics, and you can find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
And Lilith Hellfire. Venom is easier to find than Lilith Hellfire, so don't even try it.
I might get back on social media after the election. Everything's a cesspool right now.
Oh, you don't want to know the things I've done.
It's all rape and murder, I'll tell you that. It's all knocking old ladies over for purses.
Don't pull it out like 4 times it. That's...
Give me that rye, you old bag.
Oh, I actually had a babka last weekend.
Was it cinnamon?
No, I wish. But yeah, it was straight from New York, so
was it good?
Very interesting. No, I didn't like it. It's not a flavor profile I enjoy. But it was pretty cool to say that I had a babka before. Maybe the cinnamon tastes better. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's so salty.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
What those human and symbiotes do behind closed doors is none of our business. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Next time, Silver Sable and the Wild Pack, 18 and 19, with special guest Justin the Owl. And then we're back with Venom Lethal Protector 2 with Silver Sable. We love the Silver Sable. All right, but until then, swing on back.
Flip it good.